Have you ever looked at your small garden space and felt it needed something extra? Perhaps a touch of whimsy or a splash of color? Small gardens have unique challenges, but they also offer incredible opportunities for creativity. The best part about decorating a small garden is that even minimal additions can make a significant impact. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and check out the link in the description for a free printable guide with all these ideas and more. Now let's get creative with these simple garden decoration projects. Let's start with one of my favorite projects, painted rock garden markers. This is such a simple idea that anyone can do, regardless of artistic ability. All you need are some smooth flat rocks, outdoor acrylic paint, and a clear sealer. Begin by washing the rocks and letting them dry completely. Then paint the name of your herbs or vegetables on each rock in bright colors. For those who don't trust their handwriting, stencils work perfectly too. Once the paint is dry, spray with a clear sealer to make them weatherproof. These colorful markers not only help you identify your plants, but add charming visual elements throughout your garden. Moving on to another easy project, teacup planters. Do you have old teacups lying around? Or perhaps you've spotted some at thrift stores? They make adorable miniature planters. If the teacup doesn't have drainage holes, place a layer of small pebbles at the bottom before adding soil. These work wonderfully for small succulents or tiny flowering plants. You can arrange them on a garden table, hang them with special hooks, or even create a vertical display on an old wooden ladder leaned against a wall. The contrast between the delicate porcelain and living plants creates a whimsical cottage garden feel. Light brings magic to any garden, especially in the evening hours. Creating mason jar lanterns is a project that takes less than 30 minutes, but provides months of enjoyment. Take clean mason jars and wrap copper wire fairy lights inside them. These battery-operated lights are inexpensive and can be found at most craft stores. Place these illuminated jars along garden paths, hang them from tree branches, or cluster them on a patio table. When dusk falls, your garden will be transformed with a warm, inviting glow that makes outdoor evenings magical. For those with vertical space, consider a pallet herb garden. Wooden pallets can often be acquired for free from local businesses. After thoroughly cleaning and sanding the pallet, attach landscape fabric to the back and bottom, creating pockets for soil and plants. Paint the pallet in weather-resistant paint if desired. Pastels look particularly lovely against green herbs. Once dry, fill the pockets with soil and plant different herbs in each section. Lean your finished herb garden against a sunny wall, and you'll have fresh herbs within arm's reach while adding a structured decorative element to your garden. Wind chimes add both visual interest and soothing sounds to your garden sanctuary. Making your own is surprisingly simple. Collect items like old keys, small metal pipes, seashells, or even colorful beads. You'll need fishing line or strong thread, a wooden ring or stick for the top piece, and something to use as a clapper in the center. Arrange your collected items at different lengths around the central clapper, attaching them to the top piece. Hang your personalized wind chime from a tree branch or shepherd's hook, and let the breeze create gentle melodies in your garden. Speaking of recycled materials, wine bottle borders make for striking garden edging. Save your empty wine bottles or ask friends to save theirs. And once you have enough, bury them upside down along flower bed edges or pathways, leaving about 1/3 of the bottle exposed. The glass catches sunlight beautifully, and you can create patterns with different colored bottles. This not only defines your garden spaces clearly, but adds an artistic element using materials that would otherwise be discarded. Butterfly watering stations are both decorative and beneficial for pollinators. Take a shallow dish or bowl, fill it with clean pebbles or marbles, and add water just to the top of the stones. Place the dish on a pedestal made from an upturned terracotta pot or a decorative stand. The stones provide landing pads for butterflies to safely drink without drowning. Enhance the area around the watering station with butterfly-attracting flowers like echinacea or lantana, creating a small but vibrant ecosystem in your garden. For bird lovers, homemade bird feeders add wildlife and movement to your garden. A simple design uses a large pine cone covered in peanut butter, then rolled in birdseed. Hang these from branches with twine or ribbon. For something more permanent, Repurpose teacups and saucers by gluing them together, attaching a strong cord, and filling with seed. Birds bring life and song to your garden while also helping with insect control, a perfect combination of decoration and functionality. Garden art doesn't have to be expensive. Consider creating a mosaic stepping stone using a concrete mold, available at craft stores, and pieces of broken china, colorful glass, or even marbles. Mix concrete according to package directions, pour into the mold, and arrange your decorative pieces in a pattern on top, pressing lightly into the wet concrete. Once dry, your stepping stone becomes functional art in your garden path. Make several with different designs for a truly personalized walkway. Miniature fairy gardens are enchanting additions that can fit in the smallest spaces. Use a shallow container like a wide pot or even an old drawer. Create tiny landscapes with small plants like Irish moss or baby tears, miniature furniture, easily found at craft stores or made from twigs and bark, and paths made from pebbles or crushed shells. These magical little worlds can be tucked into any corner of your garden and are especially delightful for children to help create and imagine stories about. Vertical gardens maximize limited space while creating eye-catching living walls. A simple version uses a shoe organizer hung on a fence or wall. Fill each pocket with soil and plants that match your light conditions. Herbs, trailing flowers, or even strawberries work well. For something more structured, attach small pots to a wooden frame in a grid pattern. These vertical gardens not only save space, but become a focal point that draws the eye upward, making your garden feel larger. Transform ordinary garden stakes into colorful garden art using glass plates and bowls from thrift stores. Simply glue colorful glass dishware together in interesting stack combinations using outdoor adhesive, then attach to a metal garden stake. When sunlight hits these garden totems, they create beautiful reflections and add height to garden beds. Group several together for maximum impact. Rain chains are both functional and decorative, guiding rainwater from gutters while creating a visual water feature during rainfall. A simple version can be made by linking together metal cups, old keys, or even repurposed metal cookie cutters on strong wire. Position your rain chain under a gutter opening and watch as rainwater cascades down, creating a peaceful water feature during showers. For evening enjoyment, consider making floating candle holders for a water feature. If you don't have a pond, even a large bowl or container of water works perfectly. Use hollowed-out citrus halves, small glass jars wrapped with wire for hanging, or flower-shaped silicone baking cups. Place tea lights inside and float them on the water surface. The flickering reflections create a serene atmosphere for evening garden enjoyment. Garden mirrors create the illusion of additional space and reflect light into darker corners. Look for old window frames at salvage yards or thrift stores. Remove the glass and replace with mirror. Weather-resistant paint in a color that complements your garden adds a finished look. Position these mirrors to reflect particularly beautiful plantings or to brighten a shady area. The reflection tricks the eye into seeing twice the space, perfect for small gardens. Speaking of salvaged items, old wooden ladders make excellent plant stands when opened and placed against a wall. Paint the ladder in a weather-resistant color that complements your garden theme, then place potted plants on each step. This creates a vertical display that maximizes ground space while adding architectural interest. For an additional decorative touch, wrap the upper portions with string lights. Solar-powered lighting has become affordable and widely available, making it easy to add evening ambiance to your garden. Instead of standard stake lights, consider creative alternatives. String solar fairy lights through shrubs or around tree trunks. Use solar lanterns hung at varying heights from branches, or line paths with solar lights inserted into decorated mason jars. The soft glow extends your garden enjoyment into the evening hours. Handmade garden signs add personality and can convey your gardening philosophy or simply welcome visitors. Repurpose old boards, paint with outdoor paint in a base color, then add phrases like "grow what you love," "garden of earthly delights," or "time to relax." Use stencils if you're not confident in your freehand lettering. Mount these signs on stakes or hang them from fences for personalized garden messages. Don't overlook the power of container groupings to create impact. Cluster containers of varying heights and sizes, unified by a color theme, either in the pots themselves or the plants. An easy approach is to use all white flowers in different types of containers, or all blue pots with various plants. These deliberate groupings create a designed look even in a small space and can be easily changed seasonally. Speaking of seasonal changes, create decorations that transform with the seasons. Wire forms covered with moss can be bare in winter, planted with pansies in spring, trailing petunias in summer, and adorned with miniature pumpkins in fall. These adaptable decorations keep your garden fresh throughout the year without requiring complete redecoration. For garden privacy that doubles as decoration, consider making a bamboo screen. Connect bamboo poles of similar length with strong gardening wire, weaving through in a way that allows the poles to remain slightly mobile. This creates a natural-looking screen that moves gently in the breeze. Hang small wind chimes or sun catchers from the bamboo for additional interest. A simple but effective garden decoration is a collection of painted branches. Gather fallen branches, clean them thoroughly, and paint in bright colors using outdoor paint. Once dry, arrange these colorful branches in a large pot filled with stones for stability. This sculptural element adds height and color to garden corners and can be especially welcome during months when flowers are scarce. For gardeners who enjoy entertaining, consider creating outdoor serving stations from repurposed furniture. An old dresser, protected with marine varnish, becomes a potting bench that converts to a buffet table when needed. Remove one drawer and insert a metal tub that can hold ice and drinks during gatherings. When not entertaining, this same piece provides organized storage for garden tools and supplies. As we approach the end of our garden decoration journey, let's talk about one of the simplest yet most effective garden enhancements: thoughtfully placed mirrors. Garden mirrors create the illusion of expanded space while reflecting beautiful plantings. Old window frames make perfect garden mirrors. Simply replace the glass with mirror, weatherproof the frame, and position to reflect something beautiful. In small gardens, this simple trick can make the space feel twice as large. Before we wrap up, I want to share one final project that combines beauty and environmental consciousness: a butterfly and bee watering station. Fill a shallow, decorative dish with clean pebbles and add water just to the top of the stones. The pebbles provide safe landing spots for pollinators to drink. Place your watering station near flowering plants, and you'll not only help beneficial insects, but add a decorative focal point to your garden. I hope these ideas have inspired you to see the creative potential in your small garden space. Remember, garden decorations don't need to be expensive or complicated to make an impact. Often, the most charming gardens combine personal touches with natural elements in thoughtful ways. If you've enjoyed these ideas, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more gardening inspiration. And don't forget to check the link in the description for your free printable guide. Until next time, happy gardening!